Good morning, everyone. I'm Nicole Traum, and you're watching Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Thursday. We've made it almost all the way through the week. And this week we've been discussing the idea of becoming friends with our breath and what that means and how that really manifests. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about what different breaths do and what emotions they bring up or what they feed into. So we all know that when we take a deep breath, we feel a little bit better. We feel a little bit more comfortable in our body, in our situation, whatever it is. But I kind of went through different things. So I wanted to read them to you. The first one is anger. When we have anger, what happens is we have like shallower breath, right? Because we're kind of like really in the moment, we're reactionary. Stronger exhalations and physical tension. And actually those shorter breaths tie into that physical tension. All right, fear also comes with quick, shallow, irregular breaths. And it kind of gives that feeling of the knot in the stomach. So maybe you can't take that full deep breath. And so you just kind of breathe up in this area. Grief is kind of like a spasm or sobbing, right? When you feel think about like when you're really, really upset and maybe you've been crying for a while. You're not fully getting, or maybe you're getting like a couple of short breaths and then maybe one deeper breath. And so what happens is that throws off the regularity, it throws off your balance, and it allows you to really be worn out and feel really exhausted. And we all know that, right? When we've been under distress or in grief or we've cried for an extensive period of time, it can be very exhausting to the body. Impatience, also really short breaths here. It's uncoordinated, so maybe you're thinking about something and then you're like, and then over here and thinking about something else. So it brings us away from the present moment. A lot of times we feel like we're a little outside our body when we're breathing with impatience. Guilt or remorse, also it's like a restricting breath. So maybe you're feeling a little bit suffocated, a little bit tight, a little bit like you can't take a breath, or maybe heavy. And then boredom, it's kind of like a lifeless breath, right? We all know that, right? We're just kind of going through the motions. Positive feelings such as love, compassion, kindness, and wonder often come with deep, comfortable breaths. They're energizing, they're open, they're affirming, and they give you this feeling not just here in your chest, but through your whole body. So just take a moment to think about that, right? Maybe you can identify or maybe just become more aware so that when you are feeling these emotions, you can identify the connection of your breath. So today what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in a little bit of love and compassion to our body and do that with our movement and with our breath. So as you sit up nice and tall here, start to lengthen up through your spine and think about that deep breath, encompassing not just the upper part of your chest, but going down towards your ribs, maybe all the way down towards your belly. So let's take a couple rounds of breath here. Inhaling, you can bring one hand to your belly here, and exhaling. And it might take a little bit of time to get there. So be patient with yourself. Just starting to bring your awareness towards your breath is going to make a difference in how you start to approach things, right? When you're aware of it, you can start to bring the breath there more, and you can start to meet these emotions, meet these feelings with a sense of openness. Allowing yourself here to breathe, to fill up and empty back out. That's it. Let's take 3 more breaths. Filling up with self-love, with compassion, with acceptance for whatever you're dealing with today. Allowing your shoulders to soften away from your ears, feeling your hips releasing down into your chair. Take another round of breath. That's it. And then coming back to center here, let's start with some circles today. So continue with that deep breath. Allow your hips to start to release down a little bit more. Release any tension that you might be holding, especially in the hips. Sometimes when our body is tight, it also restricts us from taking those deep breaths. So bringing in a little movement sometimes will help to loosen those things so that you can take that deeper breath. And then notice your direction here, change directions. Let your energy start to release down. So this is a good stretch for the hips, but it's also energetically allowing us to ground our energy down, to get into that moment, to start to remember that deeper breath, to really connect. Good. And then as you come back through center, roll your shoulders onto your back, lift your heart, lift your chest, and then exhale as you round and pull your belly in. So go slow here. Big inhale, opening up. And then big exhale as you round, opening up the chest, and then exhaling as you round, letting that breath move through you, not just in your chest and your lungs, but imagine your whole body breathing in, soaking in some of that breath, and your whole body releasing it out. Let's take 2 more rounds. Inhale. Good. And exhale. Feel your back body moving, your spine. Perfect. And then as you come all the way back up through center, just start to move your arms. So you're going to move your right arm back and then your left arm back, coming into a little bit of a twist. So inhaling to the right and then exhaling over to the left, allowing yourself to go nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Feeling that movement as you twist slowly. Perfect. Let's do 2 more to each side. So inhale to the right and exhale to the left. Inhaling right. Good. And exhaling to the left. And as you come back through center now, we're going to inhale the arms up. Hook the thumbs here and just start to reach side to side. Create a little space. So again, it's hard to feel your whole body filling up with breath if you're not really connected to your whole body. And that's why things like exercise and just mindful movement really do help us to feel better overall. Good. And then bring your hands back behind you now. Interlace your hands and roll your shoulders onto your back one at a time. If you can't clasp your hands, just reach your hands back, or you can grab onto like a towel or a belt and just roll those shoulders back as you connect and breathe. Perfect. Awesome job. Good. We're going to come on out of this one and then stretch our legs out wide. I'm going to scoot back a little. So bring your legs out as wide as your seat. Knees out on a diagonal, toes in line with those knees, and then come around and do some circles here. So just releasing into the hips a little bit more. Allowing yourself that nice deep inhale and that nice deep exhale as you move. That's it. Let yourself feel the sensations, even if they're not super pleasant, and just meet them with your breath. Start to practice what to do when things aren't perfect, right? It's easy to take a deep breath when things are good. But can you remember, can you bring yourself back to that place of the deep breath when it doesn't feel good? Go in the other direction. Moving around and around. That's it. Good. Just keep moving here, feeling your hips releasing. Awesome. And we'll do 1 more round, and then we're going to come up, reaching the arms up as you inhale, stretching tall, and then exhale, just start to reach forward. So come about halfway forward. Inhale, lifting up. Keep those knees wide. Exhale as you bow. We're going to do 2 more like that. Big inhale, stretching tall, lengthening up. Exhale as you bow and reach. Good. Last one. And then this time, if you want, you can start to reach your hands to your knees, or maybe all the way down towards the earth, just rocking a little side to side. Let yourself breathe here. That's it. Good. And then come all the way back up. Bring your legs in. We're going to scoot forward in the chair. Lean forward. Get your nose over your toes. Use that strength in your legs and come on up to standing. And as you come up to standing now, you can let's face the seat of the chair. We're really not going to use the chair, but if you want to, you can. And what we're going to do is come back to that hands clasp behind us. And we'll start here by inhaling and lifting the heart, rolling the shoulders back. And then exhaling as you come forward, bringing those arms up and overhead. So we're going to inhale and come on up, lifting your heart, leaning back. Sorry, I'm cut off here. Exhale as you bow towards your chair. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling. Good. And exhaling. Letting that movement, that breath go all the way through your body. Good. And then this last time as you come forward, you can release your hands. And we'll use the seat of the chair now. So come bring your hands to the chair. Walk your feet back a little. So you're in a forward bend. The feet are about 2 fist distance apart, parallel, toes pointing forward. And then just bend your knees. Ooh, that was a good crackle there. And straighten the legs. Feel the whole back of your legs stretching, bringing that breath there, bringing that awareness there. That's it. Let's do 2 more. Bending and straightening. Good. Bend and straighten. And keep those legs straight. Inhale as you look up. Exhale and let yourself bow a little deeper. So the chair is really nice for this. If the seat is too low, you can always use the back of the chair. Inhale and exhale as you bow 1 more time. And this time as you come forward, you can stay there. You can either keep your hands on the chair or bring your hands down to the floor. And another option here would be to grab onto your elbows. Give yourself a slight bend in those knees so you're not locking them out. Release your head and just start to rock side to side. We call this the ragdoll pose.
So if you can't do this one holding on to your elbows, just hold on to the chair and allow yourself to bow forward as you rock. You want to feel supported here. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Releasing your head and your neck, feeling that stretch into the back of the legs. Good. And then very slowly, use your chair to walk yourself back up. Come on back to your seat. Get comfortable, get cozy, and then we'll come in and we're going to do a little bit of breath work. So all this week we've been exploring different types of breath. So today what we're going to do is one of my favorite breaths for calming myself down. It is called the alternate nostril breath. There's lots of different names for it, but we're going to just call it alternate nostril today. And what it allows us to do is really calm our emotions down. I'm one of those people that cries a lot. I'm very emotional. I will cry with you. I will cry for you. And sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's a little overwhelming. So one of the things that I've learned is doing this breath actually can kind of take me down a little bit and allow me to start to regulate. And so it's a really great regulating for being very emotional, but also for anxiety. So if you're feeling really in that place where you're out of control with your breath, this is a great practice to incorporate, and you can kind of do it anywhere. All right, so I'm going to show you the way that you can do it where it's the traditional way, but you can use any of your fingers, but you would use your right hand, and I'm not mirroring you on this because it's too difficult to mirror for this one. So you're going to use your right hand, and then take your peace fingers down. So it's your pointer finger and your middle finger, bring them down. And you're gonna use your thumb and your ring finger. So you can use them like that, or if that's too much to think about, you can just use your thumb or one finger, doesn't matter. Okay, so peace fingers down, ring finger and thumb. And what we'll do is we're gonna inhale and exhale a few times, and then we'll close off the left nostril, inhale through the right, close off the right, exhale through the left, and then we'll start to thread the breath through back and forth. Now, quick disclaimer, if you start to feel overwhelmed with this, totally tune me out and just breathe, okay? So it's sometimes that happens, and that can happen anytime we do any breath or we do something that's unfamiliar to us. So remember that you can always kind of pause and just come back to your breath. So let's all start together, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose or your mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. See if you can inhale through your nose now and exhale through your nose. It'll feel a little weird. That's okay. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. One more. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through the nose. Bringing your fingers up, you're going to close off your left nostril. Inhale through the right and then close off the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. You can close your eyes. Inhale through the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Last round. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Allow yourself to release your hand and then just come back to a more natural breath and kind of notice how you feel. See if you can take that breath a little deeper. Allow it to move, not just in the upper chest, but to move a little bit deeper. Allowing yourself to really fill up with your inhale and empty out with your exhale. Feeling that sense of well-being moving through your body, through your breath, even into your thoughts.
And we'll take 2 more deep breaths, just like that. Inhaling and exhaling, letting the shoulders soften, letting your hips release. Good, and then bringing a little movement back to your fingers and your toes. Taking a stretch here, you can interlace your hands, reach them overhead, take a stretch. Lean side to side, good. And then come all the way out and bring your hands back in front of your heart. So we honor this practice. And hopefully this is a practice that you can take with you. I've done this in the bathroom. I've done this in my car. You really only need 1 finger, so you can totally do this while you're driving. Keep your eyes open, but allowing yourself to really kind of reset. Okay, so hopefully that helps. As we bow today, I honor your courageousness for showing up and hopefully using this throughout your life. Namaste. Thank you so much. This has been Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. I'm Nicole Traum, and we'll be back tomorrow at 6:40 a.m. Hope to see you then. Please feel free to share this with your friends. Have a great day. Namaste.